Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the weekly weather and horoscopes. My name is Jennifer Barish, and I'll be your guide this week to the IAA International Academy of Astrology Astro College, also known as. Our weather for the week and our horoscopes. And I just first wanted to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time. I know you have lots of choices in where you get your astrology, and I am honored and blessed that you are taking your time here with me. So, I like to do kind of a beginner's type of astrology. I try to keep it simple so that whether you are a beginner or more seasoned astrologer, you can, kind of track with me the weekly weather and the horoscopes with keywords, things that you can look for but not feel just completely overwhelmed by the astrology. We want you to feel empowered. That's what it's for. That's why we do this. That's why I spend the time to jump on YouTube here and give you the weather. So let's dive in. Let's get started. So we are right in the thick of Mercury retrograde. Mercury went retrograde, I think 4 days ago, and will be in retrograde through the 28th of August, so most of the month. That's something to watch for this week. Mercury retrograde energy is about revision, okay? We are reworking, rethinking, redoing, reconsidering. So that means old problems can come up, old people can come up, and it's not that it's bad and it's this thing you have to deal with. It's just maybe more of an internal, thinking about things, processing things. But if you're putting communications out there, email, social media, make sure that you double and triple check your work. Make sure your dates are right. Make sure your titles are right. It's really a time to redo things. So all those RE words for most of August, because we can run into some communication snafus. We can come into little problems with thinking we said one thing and then it's something completely different. If you remember in school that telephone game when we were very, very young, and one person would repeat to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, and the message at the beginning is nothing like the message at the end. So just be patient. Realize that that's a part of things, that sometimes the way we intend for things to go, that's not always how the message gets relayed. So you might have to do it again. We have Gemini energy with Jupiter in Gemini right now that says do it twice. You may have to do something multiple times during this Mercury retrograde period, and that is okay. Don't feel bad about it. Don't get frustrated. I mean, it's easy to get frustrated, but try to just see it for what it is. Sometimes we're going to have to do things twice. Sometimes we're going to have to double do the work, and that's the part of the process too. So just let it be a part of the process and go with the flow as much as you can. So that's the first and biggest thing happening this week. And then we have to talk about Wednesday the 7th, which is really going to flavor the first part of the week, or I should say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into the weekend. We have Mercury conjunct Venus. So think about that in the sky. We've got the planet Mercury, which is our mental processes. It's how we think. It's how we communicate, and it's in retrograde. So our messages are a little wonky, but it's conjunct. It's coming to stand right next to Venus in the sky. And Venus signifies our passions, our loves, our desires. So it's bringing some compatibility. So what if you didn't say the right thing? That person's going to know that it's from your heart. It's a meeting of the head and the heart. It can be actual little love letters, or, maybe it's love emails. Maybe it is, sending little sweet nothings to your sweetie, or a kind note to one of your kids. Sweet words of love. It's a time of cooperation, a time of collaboration, and it can be a time where we're pooling our resources. So meaning we're sharing things together. It's like, oh, okay, you've got the ketchup, I've got the mustard, you've got the cheese and the buns. We can make hamburgers, right? We can put the things together to make it work. Things are going to just have a little flow to them that's going to be a little sweeter, even if the words get a little chaotic. Here from really the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, as we head into the weekend. So, along with that feeling of compatibility of our head and our heart working together, we have the sun in a really nice aspect with the planet Jupiter. So, let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is like Santa Claus. Jupiter's bringing you gifts. Jupiter says you've been on best behavior. He's got opportunities. He's got good luck for you. He's got presents. He's getting in his big old jolly bag of good stuff, and he's bringing out good things for you, right? So you got to look for the goodness, and you will. So really, that same kind of window, 7th through the 10th, 11th, the sun is, the aspect is called sextiling. They are sextile together, which means they're talking, the energy's flowing, and Jupiter's telling the sun those little sweet nothings, and he's saying, it's a good time. You can be positive. You can be happy. You can think the best in people. You can have the best thoughts about things, and you can have those opportunities that you've been looking for. You're going to get some good news. Now, this might be small good news. It might be that you get a letter in the mail and it's a check from your doctor that you overpaid the copays, and all of a sudden they're sending you $100 back. Small good news, but that's still good news. That's $100 you didn't have before, right? Jupiter's bringing in abundance. So I want you to look for the abundance and the growth and the opportunities and the good news here at the end of this week. This week of August, this week of Mercury retrograde is kind of like, I hate to say a lull before the storm, but it kind of is. And this is a time when you store up those good things, those optimistic thoughts, being hopeful, and you put them in your pocket. You put them in your little toolbox to pull out for later, because we've got some harder energy coming in at the middle of the month. And so right now, enjoy the good stuff. Enjoy the fun. Enjoy the optimism. Enjoy being hopeful and having a good time. And you save up all those little good interactions. You put them in your happy bank. I don't know if you've heard of, there's a book called The Worry Bucket. And so you've got to have one bucket full of good stuff so that you can handle the bucket full of worries. Well, this week I want you to fill up on the good bucket. Put all those little happy, shiny, happy pieces in there so that later in the month when we have harder energy, you're equipped. You're not going to give up. You're not going to forget. There are good times too. There are good news things coming through. There are good energies happening. So I want you to really enjoy this week, the joy of this week. Opportunities are going to come up. So Jupiter is still kind of in the weather news this week. On next Wednesday, August 14th, we have Mars and Jupiter holding hands in the sky. So it starts off this Wednesday that the sun and Jupiter are talking and they're coming up with all the good plans. Well, when Mars gets into the mix, Mars is the gas pedal. He says it's time to go. It's time to act on those dreams. Big positive moves, high energy, confidence, be bold, feel good about yourself. You can do it. It is time to expand and to grow somewhere in your life. Now, if I were looking at the charts, you need to go and look at your chart in a bi-wheel with the current energy outside of it. You can see where that Mars conjunct Jupiter. And in fact, that's what our horoscopes are based on this week, is Mars and Jupiter coming together. What area of life will it affect you? We're going to break that down. But first, before we do that, I want to talk about the moons. So the best and closest way for a beginner, all astrologers really need to feel into this, but if you've never really experienced astrology in a somatic way, like inside your body, I want you to think about a full moon. You know how sometimes the full moon just feels kind of wonky? You just feel kind of irritated, itchy, like something's about to happen or something's got to give, and you're just kind of cranky, right? Okay, so if it happens at a full moon, do you think you can hear it through your body at other times of the month? Do you think that you can feel that? I say you can, and it's by following the moon cycles, not just the moon phases, but the moon actually moves through a horoscope sign every 2.5 days. And you can find an app that you can put on your phone, which will show you where the moon's at, what sign it's in. So, for instance, if you have a Leo moon, we are in Leo season right now. All the fire moons are going to feel good for you. When we have a Sagittarius moon, when we have an Aries moon, that's going to be a good couple of days for you. You can write it down. It's going to happen. Okay? So then if you have a water moon come up through the month and your Leo moon, which is fire, well, that water may be pretty emotional. It may be harder for you. Like you're just wanting to be creative and act and go and do and have energy. And the water's like, no, I want you to slow down. I want you to feel about it. I want you to cry. And you're like, no, I don't want to cry. That's that water moon's effect on a fire moon. So fire moons like other fire moons, and they like air moons, okay? And then earth and water moons go together. So if you're an earth sign, that water moon is going to be very soothing to you. It's going to help you grow things. And the same if you're a water moon and it's an earth comes in that time of the month for those couple of days. And let's think about that. So earth would be Capricorn, it would be Taurus, and who's our other? Virgo is our other earth moon. And so they're stabilizing. They will help a natal water moon to feel solid and secure and practical, that they can do the day-to-day. They can get through it even though they're having all of their emotions. So looking at these moons can be very powerful. So I want to go through the moons for the week so that you can think about it, okay? So starting out on Wednesday, August 7th, we have a Virgo moon. So that would have happened on the 6th and the 7th. A Virgo moon, I call it a worker's moon or a worker bee moon. And I imagine a little broom just sweeping, sweeping, sweeping. We are making plans. We are writing lists. We are getting our chores done. We're organizing our papers. You are just doing stuff and it is just natural, just happening. Even if you're talking on the phone, you're working around the house, you're dusting, you're cleaning out the refrigerator, you're sweeping out the garage, just lots of stuff getting done on a Virgo moon. When we switch on the 8th, so August 8th, 9th, and 10th, or most of the 10th, the next sign is Libra. And so a Libra moon is an air moon. So Virgo was earth, Libra is air. And so what does Libra do? Libra helps us to balance. Libra helps us to keep things light and airy and, to kind of weigh our options back and forth. We're thinking about, do we want to do this and this and this? But wait, we got to think of what will it affect, that and that and that. And so Libra is the scales. It's kind of a up and a down. So these may be days that it's harder to make a decision. So just know you don't have to yet. Libra also likes for things to be fair. They like for things to be peaceful. They want everybody to get along. So these are peacekeeping days. So you might find that if somebody in your circle, your family at work, they're duking it out during this Libra moon, you're going to be able to help find a balance with this stuff, okay? Libra helps to create that equilibrium. Libra is also about beautiful things, beautiful spaces, making, a beautiful scene. It might be a time to start decorating for a new season at your house. Just notice where that comes in for you. Creating beauty all around you. It might be time to go to a museum or to a concert, bringing art into your life in some kind of way during the Libra moon. And then on August 11th and 12th, that's Sunday and Monday, the moon shifts into Scorpio. Now, this is a much different flavor. A Scorpio moon is a water moon, and Scorpio is known for depth and intensity and real focus. So, if you're trying to figure out something, you've got a problem, you're going to figure it out during that Scorpio moon. Now, the moon will be square the sun. They're both fixed signs during this time. So there could be a sense of irritation on Sunday and Monday. So just know it's just the moon. It's going to change. It'll be okay on Tuesday if you're feeling a little irritated. There may also be a sense of uncovering something, getting to the bottom of something. I like to think of it as digging out a splinter in our life. So maybe you're digging to the bottom of something during the 11th and 12th on Sunday and Monday. So be looking for that. And then on Tuesday the 13th, that moon shifts into a fire sign. Sagittarius moon. That's Tuesday and Wednesday, the 13th and 14th. A fire moon, very compatible with our Leo sun right now. And it's saying it's time to go on an adventure. It's time to take a risk. It's time to just go do it. Go learn it. Go grow it. Go have fun. Have an adventure. Be brave. I want you to be brave on the 13th and 14th. Whatever comes up, it may just be time for you to go and take a leap. All right, now we're on to the horoscopes. I like to do horoscopes for the rising sign, the ascendant. You can also use these for your sun sign or your moon sign. But I want you to read all of them and see what resonates most for you. Some people really resonate with their Mars sign. It just depends. And there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. It's only what's right for you, for your astrology. So we start off with Aries. So Aries, this is a week for communication, all things mental, word games, puzzles, anything you're trying to figure out. Your mind is going to be energized this week. You're going to feel eager to learn new things. You may be more curious than usual. You may be on the phone chatting it up quite a bit. Use this time to network and share ideas. You just want to be careful that people don't see you as being too aggressive, Aries. Sometimes you can come across a little gregarious and be a little bit too much, a little too pushy, so you might have to pull the brakes back a little bit because you're excitable and you're ready to talk and you're ready to be there. So this is a great week. If somebody's asking you to show up, do it. You can do it. It's a good communication week for you. Taurus. This is a week where you're looking at your financial opportunities. There may be a chance to make some money, earn some money. Your possessions and the things you own, material and self-esteem are highlighted. You're wanting to improve that situation. So you're looking at either ways to save or ways to make more money this week. And just the advice is to be careful with spending and with your investments. Maybe it's time to move some of your retirement over into a more conservative account. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. Just, it's not where Aries was like, yeah, take a risk. For Taurus this week, it's like, no, let's not take a risk. Don't be too overly confident. Don't make risky decisions. And you'll thank me when we get into the later part of August. So just be paying attention, making some plans for the rest of the year for your finances is a good way for you to spend the week. Gemini, the twins. So this week, you are in your habitat. Things are coming in twos just the way that you like it. You feel very confident. You're going to get a surge of energy. You're feeling enthusiastic, and you are firing at all cylinders. You might feel more assertive than usual, ready to take on new challenges this week. Self-improvement, physical activity is good for you. You just want to channel your energy because it's going to be high. Your chi's going to be high. You're going to be lifted up. You're ready to go, go, go. Just make sure don't be too impulsive, making impulsive purchases or impulsive decisions that later you might regret. But at the same time, give yourself a chance to exercise. When I use that word exercise loosely, in the way that you need to. It's like if you have dogs. So I have 2 dogs, and what I learn is if they haven't been walked for the day, they get kind of antsy and they're kind of into stuff, and the little one, she's chewing stuff up and she's taking shoes and biting on them and getting in the garbage, and it's like, no, you've got to stop, right? So that's the internal check. That's when I know that those dogs need to go out for a walk. They've just got too much energy stored up on the inside. And that's what's happening for you this week, Gemini. The energy's high, and if you just sit around, you're going to start feeling antsy and like, I need to do something, need to do something, need to do something. So you need to exercise yourself. You need to get out there. You're feeling good, and it's time for you to go shine this week. Use it positively. And then we move on to Cancer. So, Cancer friends, this is a time for probably a quiet time for you this week. More of a time of introspection, maybe more of a spiritual side, leaning into your spiritual practices, whether it's music or meditation. However, that comes out for you. You may feel more drawn to nature in kind of a quiet way, going on some solitary walks. And you may be thinking, kind of just inside of your head about making some changes, but not really doing anything about it. It's just, this is kind of a time of, you're doing a subconscious cleanse, right? You're kind of going inside and thinking about, how you want things to be different in your life, what changes you'd like to make, what's working, what's not working. And that's all wonderful for you, Cancer. I mean, we all need that kind of time. You're just kind of climbing back into your little crab shell and taking a rest week. Spending some time alone, and use this to self-reflect, use this to heal yourself, but try not to just completely withdraw from the world. If you have commitments, you need to be out there. It's almost back to school time. You got to get your kids ready. Maybe you got to sign up for volunteer opportunities for the fall. That's coming in the fall. You can go ahead and sign up. It's not going to hurt anything. You're not having to do it this week. So maybe no commitments this week, but you're preparing for commitments in the future. And that's how you can use the energy for you. Leo, this week is about social life and group activities. You are going to feel very social and chatty and wanting to be around people, more involved in community and group efforts. You're going to find people are calling you. They're ready to network. Their friends are coming up. They're like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. We got to get together for lunch. This is a time for you to collaborate with others, pursue shared goals. Just try not to overextend yourself, Leo, because they're going to be coming in fast and furious, and there's only so many hours in the day, so you might have to pick and choose which ones you're going to go after. That's the advice for you this week, Leo. Moving on to Virgo, this week is about career and your public life and your goals at work. You're going to feel driven to achieve your professional goals, your ambitions, and you can use this energy this week to advance your career. One thing you want to avoid, though, is any conflicts with authority figures. So if you have a boss or a coworker, some higher up that you don't necessarily get along with, try to just steer clear of them. Your attention to details sometimes can be more than other people can do, which is a superpower for you. And maybe they don't like that so much. Well, let that be their problem. And you go into your lane and go shine in the way that you shine, which is refining and making things better. You can make systems and organize things like nobody's business, and you know it. You know it's a superiority that you have, Virgo. And I want you to go and focus on that at work, and that's going to help you to climb the ladder in some kind of way this week. Next, after Virgo, we have Libra. Libra, you're going to feel like going on a little adventure this week. Maybe it's time for a side trip. Maybe it's time to learn something new, to take a new class. You're going to be looking for new experiences and ways that you can expand your horizons this week. So take advantage of any opportunities that come up. Any ways that you can grow, any new little side adventures, and they may come in twos with Jupiter and Gemini. It might be two different things you want to learn, or two different trips you're planning. You're going to go camping this month, and you're going to go to the beach next month. And that's okay. Go ahead and plan that. This is a good time to do it for you. Not only to go, but also to plan. And then we have Scorpio. So Scorpio, this week you're going to have intense focus on transforming in some kind of way. So change is in the air, and also considering shared resources. You may encounter opportunities for some deep intimacy conversations with other people, maybe difficult conversations. But it's going to create a new level of knowing someone, which is going to be good for you. So embrace transformation, that word, changing, and also managing our financial matters. So finances are going to come up for you in some kind of way. It could be as simple as your internal value system. Maybe you'll find that you think a little differently about someone after an intimate connection. It could be you think higher, it could be you think lower. Only you know that. But those connections are going to help you get to a deeper place this week. So I want you to pay attention where that change is coming in. Sagittarius. So this is a week of relationships for you, Sag. Partnerships gain momentum. You may feel a strong urge to collaborate or form new alliances. Be mindful of balancing being excited and energetic and high and having lots of chi with being able to cooperate and get along with other people. I.e., try not to be too gregarious with your energy, Sag. You need to give other people time to talk, time to cooperate, time to come into the collaboration and have their opinion too. So just make sure you only take up your half of the space in relationship and give other people time to fill up their half of the space. And it'll be a good week for partnerships. Next, we have Capricorn. So Capricorn, your work and health matters are going to be up for reviewing this week. You might feel motivated to change up your daily routines. It may be time to look at your health. You might need to think about what you're eating. Maybe you've been having too much sodium here lately. Maybe you need to cut back on the sugar. How is it that you can fix things in your health realm and in your daily work life, your everyday routines, to make it more effective for you and to make it more organized? You like things to work in a certain kind of order, and it's time to review that order and see if that still makes sense for you. And it's a perfect time, with it being back to school time, to get life back in order the way that you need it to be, Cap. Next is Aquarius. Aquarius, this week is about creativity and romance. You're going to feel playful. You're going to feel like creating something. It has kind of a childlike quality, very loving and self-expression. So just enjoy fun and romance in your week. It's going to be feel very good for you, and try not to analyze it too much. Just enjoy. Pisces, your week is about home and family life. You might be motivated to make home improvements or to improve a living situation or making things better within the home, within family. Your focus is on home, family, and roots. Nurturing. That is the best thing you can do this week. Nurturing yourself and nurturing those people in your home, people that you call family, even if they're friends. Taking care of needs, doing self-care, making sure that people are feeling good. So I want you to feel good this week, and I want your environment to feel good for the people who are around you. So that's what you can work on. All right, we've done it, kids. We've been through all 12 signs. We kind of have a plan. It's a Jupiter week of expansion and growth. I want you to notice where that's coming in for you. I want you to take this week and bring all the positive things in your positivity bucket so that later in the month you're ready to take on the harder stuff. So, self-care, positivity, hopefulness, optimism, and look for the opportunities and good news. Make it a great week, and until next time, we'll see you later.